All right, what's going on, guys? It's Daniel here with another video. I'm here with the beautiful Monique Griffin, team leader at Keller Williams
Hi,
here in Yorktown. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It is the first week of January
Yep, new
2025,
year,
ready
new
to
year.
kick it off. Just did a vision board event. I am pumped. Yes,
Pumped. No, I saw the vision boards when I walked in. I thought it was pretty tight. I was like, yeah, definitely, Monique's definitely leading all this.
of course. I was expecting you to be there, Daniel. What happened?
I was setting up some stuff at home for this,
All right.
but yeah. So you're a Delta, yeah?
Yes, I am. Delta Sigma Theta.
Till the day you die.
Yes. The only way. The,
The
only
only
way.
way.
Yes.
How do you feel about AKs?
They are part of the Divine Nine. They are still a sisterhood, and I respect them. Yeah.
Which one's your second favorite?
There's no second.
No second.
There's no second. There's no second for me.
That's funny. That's funny. So when did you start real estate?
Actually, it will be 3 years this February coming.
No way.
Yeah, so I literally came in as I came in as the general manager for KW Allegiance, and then I moved into the team leader position, and it's just been wonderful. It's been wonderful,
Nice.
yes.
No, that's awesome. I don't know why I keep forgetting that you just pivoted into real estate. Because I thought she'd been doing it for like a long time. Like I thought she was like this. She's a vet. She's been in the game for 30 years, but you've only been in for 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good feeling to know. So that a lot of people like when I tell them like, really, and then everybody wants to know your story. How did you get started? How did you know? How did you become
so
the
interesting.
CEO? How are you a team leader and mentoring close to 100 or 100 plus agents? So
Because I feel like you went from 0 to 100 really fast. But so before this, what industry were you in?
I actually worked in higher education for 17
education?
years. Yes, I was a director of admissions for 3 different colleges.
Oh, wow.
And I've always been a people person. I've always worked with people. And once I achieved the educational goals that I had, I got my master's degree, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And my goal was I wanted to invest in real estate. I wanted to get some properties to start building generational wealth for me and my family.
That's
and
a big thing.
Exactly,
Big thing.
exactly. And the funny story is 3 months later, I did a mid-year vision board. It's crazy we did vision boards today. I did a mid-year vision board, and on that vision board, I had that I wanted to invest in properties. I wanted to do some real estate. I wanted to change the trajectory of my career. And 3 months later, I received a call from a mega agent who said, there's a brokerage open in Yorktown, and we want you to come and talk with us. And I've been watching you for years, and I know what you're capable of. I think you can help us get this off the ground. And awesome. I took
Was that Kathleen?
Actually, it was another agent. Her name is Anita Cox.
Anita Cox.
Yes. Yes. So she called me and said, hey, come up here. We'd love to talk to you. I was nervous. Actually tried to ignore it for like 2 weeks. Like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. Like, this is just too close to what I said that I wanted to do. However, I came in, and the first thing that I did is I came to a team meeting. That was awesome. It was a team meeting, and I sat there and I watched. Of course, I came suited and everything because I'm coming from an environment where that's, what I was in an executive position. And they're like, oh my gosh, this lady must be important. Not knowing that I really am. And, I sat there, I broke that down. I came to a couple of trainings, and they gave me the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. And I read that book from the beginning to the end. That was my reading for weeks. I just kept reading it. And as I did that, I started to write things down that I saw going on within the brokerage that I'm like, oh, we can do this. We can reorganize this, whatever the case may be. And I went through a very long and I would say treacherous interview process with the regional and the just the higher ups, just basically to see if this was
entrusting you,
entrusting me to do
without a long
this
track record. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and not coming from a real estate background. However, my background's in systems and management, systems and organizational management, and what that means is I can go into any organization and build it from the ground up, whether it's corporate, whether it's mom and pop, whatever the case may be. So with that background, I was able to help launch this particular office. We now have a second office where we do non-realtors. And then there's just a lot going on. We've merged with another office. We went from having to start with 40 agents to now having close to 100 agents. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
That is amazing.
In the meantime, I gained my real estate license. My husband has his real estate license. My son works in the office. So that generational wealth and the family building is never gone away. That's still my tunnel vision. If you ask me any day of the week, what's my goal? It's to build for my family. So all of these things that I'm doing is to, go after that goal. So it's never changed.
Yeah. Well, that's a very, very admirable goal. I feel like that's what a lot of people want to do for their families, but they just don't have an outlet for it, and they're like trying to find an industry or something that they can do, because they see everybody on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, these people that have gone from rags to riches pretty much, or something from nothing to something, or just from being average to being great.
Right.
And a lot of people are in the average category, and they find themselves like comparing, constant comparison with other people. And what they find themselves is that they have this lack. They have a lack, and they don't know what to fill with it. So what I filled with it, what you filled with it, what Jacob filled with it is real estate.
Yeah.
So would you recommend real estate as an industry to get into for everybody, or is there some people that you wouldn't recommend it to?
If you don't have drive, if you're not somebody that can be self-driven, if you can't be self-motivated, real estate probably isn't for you. Because there's going to be days that you wake up and you don't want to do it. It's not for you. If you're a 9-to-5 person and you need somebody to sit there and hold your hand and tell you what your job description is, and somebody says that's not my job. If you're that type of person, you can't do it. I mean, real estate is everything. Real estate is everything. You become their friend. You become a mentor. You become so many different things. Going into an elderly person's home and they're getting ready to give up their home and they have all these different things in there. You have to have compassion. You have 100%. To like people. When I talk to people, I'm not a people person. How are you going to sell real estate? This is all about people. It's all about the community. So those are the type of people that I would say either change your mindset or maybe you need to do something else.
100%. 100%. I remember when I first started real estate, like the hardest part was just going from having a salary to no salary. Like my first year in 2019, I did one transaction. It was horrible. I spent more money than I made money in my first year. But I learned a lot. I feel like sometimes you just have to go into something not knowing what you're doing, and then you learn as through all your mistakes, really. Yeah,
true indeed. And if you're not good with money, this is not the time to play around with it, because you don't know when the next check is going to come. You can be driven all day long, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get, exactly what you're expecting at that first beginning. Now, there's some people that take off. I understand that you did pretty well as well after that first year.
Definitely. After that first year, because I was full time.
Okay.
My first year, and I did one transaction by myself and 3 other ones with my broker. But the split was crazy. It was 50-50 for all 4, and it was tough because obviously the money wasn't there. But I learned so much from that broker, and he told me, he was like, I'm gonna teach you everything I know, but you're gonna have to do 50-50 with me. Because he said, I'm pouring all my time and energy, like not just having a broker in the office, something like that. I'm talking I was with them 6-7 hours every single day, going with him everywhere. He would always buy me lunch. He would always buy me dinner all the time. I did everything with him. So I shadowed his whole life basically, and I learned so much. Even though I sacrificed a lot of money, that first year set me up, because now I know how to run things by myself, and I know what to do. But I feel like there's a big difference between knowing what to do and being capable of doing it. And that's what I'm figuring out now.
True indeed.
It's tough.
And you said something that hit home. I deal with brand new agents just about every single day. And I interview them and I make a choice of who's good for a brokerage or not. If someone is looking for a split or they're looking for the highest dollar amount and they have no knowledge, then they're going after the wrong things. And what you just explained is that you went after the knowledge and you worried about the split later. And that is what helped you in, I believe, in your second year. You took off, right?
Yeah, in my second and third year, I went from full-time to part-time. And then obviously I was active duty Navy, so I was getting paid through that as my main stream of income. But I did real estate, and knowing everything I already know from that first year, I just applied it in a part-time sense, and it took off. Like I did like 12 transactions in my first year in the Navy here. And it was awesome because 12 transactions and a full, $85,000 paycheck from the Navy combined, it was good. It was good. It was definitely a good year. But
and
making all that money.
And this is part-time we're talking about.
Yeah, part-time.
Full-time, you got one. You took in all that knowledge and you went part-time and then you blew up.
Well, you know why it was so easy doing it part-time in a setting like the Navy? I always tell people, like everyone, right? Everyone should do it part-time. At first, I feel like it's such a good idea to do part-time because if you're already situated in a job where it's decently established people that would be willing to buy their first home or something like that. Like the Navy, everybody's buying their first home when they get here. It's like an instant lead source. A lead generation does it by itself. All you got to do is establish yourself in your sphere that I know about real estate. I'm knowledgeable and I care about you. That's literally all you have to do.
True indeed. I agree fully, and it is about who you're surrounding yourself with and the people that are around you, and letting them know that you're knowledgeable, because that's all people want to know, that you know something to help them.
That is,
and you want to be helpful.
Because once you establish yourself as knowledgeable, then the rest takes care of itself. Because after that, then when they come to you and they're ready to buy a house, they already know that you know everything about real estate. Because they've asked questions before. Even if they didn't express that they're willing to buy anytime soon, they always like to ask questions about, like, you do real estate. That's pretty freaking cool. Like, how do you buy a home? This and that. And then when they're ready, they already had all the answers from the get-go.
Yeah, and I agree. Just show them that, and then care. Some people are just looking at the bottom line and the commission, or what are they going to get at the end. If you care about the people and that transaction is successful, you'll be successful.
100%. All right, now I want to hear some funny stories about your real estate. I want to hear the funniest one.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if there's any funny stories. I'm so serious.
Really?
I think it's more just kind of dealing with agents. I don't think that there's anything funny. For me, I feel like because I do a lot with agents in particular. I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of, training with them one-on-one. And I think it is that, a lot of times that it has to deal with people as a person. A lot of times we're not even talking about real estate. It's life. It's all about life. I wish I had something funny to tell you. I don't have anything funny right now. I don't have anything funny. It may be whoever is watching, and I don't want to hurt anyone to think that I might.
If you got a funny story, leave it in the comments.
I think what may be comedy to me might, be something different for somebody else. Like, oh my gosh, you thought that was funny?
Dude, I actually have a really funny story. So when I was doing real estate in California, my first time ever, and I was over there. This is like month 2, so I didn't know like a whole lot. But I went to this property, and then I was gonna show it to my clients. So my clients met me there, but I was there like 15 minutes early. So I go into the property, and then as soon as I go to the door, open the lockbox, get the key, and put it in the door, and I have the key in the door, and I'm opening it. And then as I'm opening it, someone else on the other side opens it. And it's supposed to be vacant. It's supposed to be, no one's supposed to be there at all. It's supposed to be a vacant property, been vacant for the past 6 months. So then they open it, and I'm freaking out. And then it's a homeless guy. Like,
I was thinking a squatter or something.
Straight up squatters, in there, right? And then I'm like, oh, and then he's like scared. And then he's like talking to me, and he's obviously tweaking out. And then I'm talking to him, and then he's like, yeah, I live here, I own the house, and stuff like that. And then he was like, are you the real estate agent? And like he just started like pivoting. And then I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and I was like, I'll just come back. I already knew something was off. Something was off. So then as I'm saying that I'm gonna come back later, 3 other homeless guys on bikes come behind me, like on bicycles.
You're about to get jumped.
And I was like, and then I was like looking, I knew they're behind me, and I'm like, oh, I'm screwed.
On bikes?
On bicycles, yeah. They just rolled up on me. Oh, wow. And then I'm like, oh, I'm done. I was like, I need to dip out of here right now. So then I was like, oh, I think I have the wrong house then. And I was like, well, you guys have a good day. And then I'll walk out. And then I tell the other agent, and I tell my buyer to let's not come here. I told him about the issues with the squatters. And then I come back next week, and then they're gone. And then I go
scared
in.
them off.
No. Well, I told the sellers. And then I go in there finally. That place is torn up. I'm talking drug needles everywhere, holes in the wall.
Oh, wow.
Bathrooms ripped up. Like, it was
So they hadn't
crazy.
visited their property in a while, it seems like.
No, they hadn't. It was like an investor property or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my story. It was scary.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't see the funny part. I hear scary though, but yeah. Oh, you want another joke? No, I just.
No,
So
that's funny.
yeah, I really think that real estate is just a place to be. Like, what I have loved over this amount of time is the people that I meet. Like, literally, you know, you ever heard the saying, "The guy that knows the guy"? I feel like I'm the lady that knows the guy. You know, somebody can call me like, "Oh, I know somebody for that. Oh, I know somewhere." So many people. I mean, the conventions, the trainings, the regional events that I go to. Even just, you know, having an amount of Facebook friends. I was not that type of person. I was like, oh, you know, I kind of keep everything's separate. Now everything's like mixed. And
it's weird, huh?
It was weird.
mixing.
I have embraced it. It took about a year for me to embrace it. However, the ride has been just amazing because the relationships, there's just some really great relationships, some people that I know that will be in my life for the rest of my life based on these past 3 years.
That's awesome. I feel like one thing that it's hard for me to even fix now is mixing the real estate platform, like social media stuff, on my personal profile. Like posting on my personal Facebook account, like real estate stuff. Like I still don't even do that as much, which I really should. But I don't know. Do you ever get like that where you start thinking about like, man, these people are gonna think I'm being weird or cringy or something?
A tad
like
bit, but I try to, you know, you mix the personal in there because I'm still a real person. Yeah. And the thing about it is that people know what you do. And I didn't know how many people were watching me. Literally, I go out of town and I have people, like, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I went to Pittsburgh, probably about 10 people. Oh my gosh, I've been watching you. I see you at this brokerage. Great things are happening. You look so happy. Tell me about real estate. What can you do for us? In addition to, I've had people come in town, or I see them. I don't even know they're paying attention to me. Oh, I'm inspired by you. I'm getting ready to do X, Y, Z, whatever the case may be. And I was like, you know what? Let me keep it up. But it's not just real estate. I'm talking about what's going on in the brokerage, and that's real stuff to me, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, promoting whatever me and my husband are doing. I do a lot of things in the community as well. So I'm a board on the chair on the board of the YMCA. So I do a lot for the community with them. So to keep me on, they say, Monique, what can we do to keep you? And I said, I really want to focus on my real estate. Yeah. Now they want to promote me and my husband, you know, aside from that, they want to bring all the families to us. They want us to do first-time home buyer classes there.
That's good.
In addition to that, I'm still winning as far as helping the community through the YMCA. You know, being a part of Delta Sigma Theta, we support one another. So that's a tremendous support. So every time something comes up, one of my sisters, and I thank you guys, whoever's watching, for putting my name out there. You know, that word of mouth goes a long way. It goes a long way. So when you said something about your sphere of influence, it's really about the people that you're around. Yeah. And it's already me. So it's not that I'm doing anything outside of who I am. It's just who I am has become something that people now know that they can rely on or call on me. And it feels good that, you know, people look at you in that way.
I think the big thing is that they can trust you.
Yeah.
They trust you. They're like, I know Monique from you went to HU, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Monique from HU. That's my sister. I can trust her.
Yeah. True indeed. And there's nothing better than a feeling that somebody just recommends you. You know, it's the easiest thing. That's the easiest.
You didn't even do anything.
The easiest thing is, well, you know what? I did do something. I built trust with them in some sort of way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I showed that I'm a trustworthy person, that I can be professional. And, you know, now they're entrusting me with one of the biggest purchases or sales in their life.
Probably the biggest loan they'll get.
Yeah, 100%. And there's no better feeling than that, other than, you know what? All I want to do is just show up for them in the right way. You know, anytime somebody entrusts me in something, I'm just like, I want to do the best thing. Literally the day before an appointment, I'm dreaming, I'm tossing and turning about it because you know what? I want to show up right for them. Listing appointment tomorrow. Guess what I dreamt about last night? I dreamt about it. I dreamt about it because I want to show up. This is a longtime friend, somebody that I've known for many years. And she reached out to me and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, let's go. And we never had conversations about it before. She's just been supporting and liking things on Facebook. And when she was ready to make that big move, I was the first person she called. So that's, it's an amazing feeling.
That is amazing, because that's pretty much what happens in my real estate life too. It's like people that have trusted me or know me like outside of real estate, and then kind of just connected the dots from there and saw me and know that I do real estate. And when it's time for them, they come. And Monique, I have one last question for you.
Okay.
What is one thing you hate about real estate?
It's constant.
It's constant.
It's constant. It's a 7 days a week. And I don't want to use the word hate. Hate is a strong word.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that I can change, there would be a turn off. But if you turn off, you'll miss something. I'm the type of person that I like my time. However, if you're really selfish with your time, you're not going to be successful with real estate. So 7 days a week, you have to be available. I don't hate it. However, one of my goals that I just put on my vision board was to have a better balance. Better balance. My family's important. The things that I do in the community is important. However, making the money is important too. So it's just like, where does it all fall? So I don't hate it. However, I know that I just have to find balance. It's going to happen 7 days a week, but where does it fit in there? Time blocking, scheduling, things of that sort. Things that we talked about.
Definitely. Well, it was awesome having you on, Monique.
Oh, is it time to go? No.
It is time to go. But it was amazing having you.
Thank you, Daniel.
This is the TL
I appreciate you.
For Yorktown KW, an amazing team leader, an amazing person, an amazing realtor. Thank you.